Shri Guru Charitra, Chapter 4, Shri Dattavatar. Preliminary. This chapter describes the advent of Shri Dattatreya as the son of Ansuya and Atri. This chapter illustrates the power of chastity, that is, purity as exemplified in the life of Ansuya. Her purity could transform the great trinity, the Durlabhya, that is the unattainable, to mere babes in her arms and make them Saulabhya, that is, bringing within one's easy and close reach. The name Atri means one who has transcended the three gunas. Ansuya is one who is bereft of human frailties such as jealousy, etc., and is spotlessly pure. Where Atri and Ansuya cohabit, the Lord himself is also sure to abide. Namdharaka Siddha Yogi, how the three great gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwar, were born as a single manifestation as Datta. His heart was yearning to know the whole Guru Charitra from its very beginning and origin. Siddha Yogi began describing the origin of creation. In the timeless beginning, there was no earth, no sky, no planet, no universe and no being. It was all an infinite expanse of water. On it was resting Lord Sri Narayan. Actually, that primal water itself was God. Out of the water was born Hiranyagarbha, and out of Hiranyagarbha emerged the Brahmand. Brahmand split into two, and one became the sky and the other the earth. The Lord then created the four-faced Brahma and entrusted him with the task of creation of both the animate and the inanimate beings. Brahma out of his Manas created the seven sages known as the Manas Putras. Atri Rishi was one of those seven sons of Brahma. Atri practiced severe penance for countless number of years and attained Brahma Gyan. Later, at the instance of Brahma, he married Ansuya, the daughter of Kardam Prajapati. Ansuya was the embodiment of perfection and was entirely blemishless as her name itself indicates. She had no malice against anyone and had overwhelming and motherly love for all beings. She was an embodiment of chastity who worshipped and considered her husband alone as God. She is reckoned foremost amongst the Pativratas. Her fame and glory spread far and wide all over the three worlds. Indra, the Lord of Heaven, felt all his power waning out into insignificance like that of an oil lamp before the dazzling and the splendorous sunshine of the rising glory and powers of Ansuya, and was afraid of losing his supremacy. He approached the three gods Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwar and entreated them to arrest the ever-increasing powers and glory of Ansuya by somehow casting a blemish on her chastity. He said Ansuya's name and fame had been already outshining and eclipsing that of the three divine consorts Lakshmi, Saraswati and Parvati, who were till then ranked as the foremost amongst the women in all the worlds. The gods wanted to put Ansuya's purity and power to test. They transformed themselves into mendicants and approached the hermitage of Atri Rishi. They begged for alms. At that time, Atri Rishi had gone to the river to offer his daily oblations. Ansuya came out and welcomed them and extended hospitality to them. They made a strange request that the food prepared be served to them by Ansuya without wearing any garment. Ansuya, though perplexed at such a strange, embarrassing and impossible condition, however, thought for a while as to what she should do. Atithis cannot be turned away under any circumstances. Atithis are aspects of God himself, she thought. But yes, it flashed in her mind. If only the guests were her babies and she their mother, she could feed them without donning a garment, she concluded. Her thoughts, the thoughts of a pure and chaste mind, instantly became a reality, and the elderly guests turned into babies. She then fed them with all the motherly solicitude and love, sang lullabies for them, and put them to sleep in a cradle. When Atri Rishi returned home, to his amazement, he found Ansuya fondling the three babies and singing to them lullabies on Upanishadic truths. Ansuya rose and offered the children at the feet of her husband and said, "These children are the gift, Datta, of God to us." Atri Rishi was overwhelmed with joy. Atri Rishi, through his Divya Drishti, realized who the children really were. He prayed to them, O supreme gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar, it is all your inscrutable divine Leela. You, the infinite beings, chose to become babes in our humble home, so as to delight us who have been childless and have been praying to you in our heart of hearts to bestow on us a child. How blessed are we to fondle you! Tears of joy started welling out from the sage's eyes, bathing the babes, so to say. The babes now assumed their real forms and made their appearance before the couple as the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar. They said, We are pleased with you both. You ask for whatever boons you wish. The couple prayed, Let the joy you gave us as babies in our home a little while ago become a permanent and lasting reality. Make this humble cottage of ours your own home and give us the blessed opportunity to fondle you as our own children. The god said, Your wish will surely be fulfilled. Let us also, who have never known what a mother's and father's love is like, experience and enjoy it as children in your home. That is in truth what we have been seeking for and why we came here under the pretext of Bhiksha. To Ansuya, Brahma was born as Chandra, Vishnu as Datta, and Maheshwar as Durvasa. The children grew up under the fondling care of their parents. Atri Rishi performed their Upanayan Sanskar. After this, Chandra sought permission of his parents to take his place in the skies and to make it his abode. Durvasa also sought permission of his parents to leave home for his pilgrimages and penance. Both of them merged their divine selves and power in their brother Datta before their departure from home. Thus, in Datta were merged all the divine aspects and powers of the great Trinity, which became symbolized in his 3 faces and 6 hands, and because of which he came to be called as Dattatreya, Datta Treya. The name also bears another meaning, the one who gifted himself as son to Atri. Dattatreya, from his very early years itself, took to the task of redemption of the world as the supreme Guru and protector. He is Purna Jnana Avatar, incarnated to dispel darkness of ignorance in the world and to bestow spiritual knowledge and wisdom on all the aspirants. Thus ends the 4th chapter of Sri Guru Charitra, describing the glorious advent of the Dattavatar on earth. Glory to the all-merciful, the omnipresent, and the ever-responsive Gurunath. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha.